How's it going, everybody? It's Halloween time! To do all of the things. Oh, I think it tripped out. There we go. Yes, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, and if you have been here before, you know what Wednesday means. It's time for thumbnail reviews. If you've never been to a thumbnail review before, well, it's okay. It's not too bad. Basically, all you do is you go to the description and you'll see two links. One is for a gaming channel and one is for a non-gaming channel, well, video. And you just put the link to the video of the thumbnail you want to be checked out, and we will talk about it if you get picked. But it is random, so I just got this random number picker, and yeah, there's not much I can do about that. But I'm gonna try something a little different at the end to try to get through a ton of videos all at once, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I guess the way to kickstart this is, let's start with the contest, and then we'll just jump right into reviewing people's channels. Okay, so the contest thing that we do is on Twitter, and basically it just says drop your thumbnail and title below, and if you get picked, we'll talk about it on Wednesday. And this is the person that got picked. I have their thing open here. Which painter's tape should you avoid? And this was the thumbnail, and I thought, hey, this is a pretty good thumbnail. I really like the angle of it. It's not really quite something that I would expect to see immediately, and it does get the idea across. But I got to thinking about it, and I wanted to see what else there was in the painter's tape area, in the painting niche, just to see like what's the top video on this comparing painter tape. And I did find the one, and if Home Rapid Repair, you probably have already seen this one, and you probably know why it works, but I just want to offer a little bit of a different perspective, because that's why we do this. Everybody needs perspective, and it's so hard to get sometimes. But when I look at this, I think, okay, why is this one like so good? Why do people like it so much? And sure, it catches the eye, and so does yours, especially the color. But the thing is, when you're searching for how to compare painter's tape, you know the action that the creator needs to take to show you which one is best, right? So there's almost like it almost immediately confirms when they see the thumbnail, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bunch of tape side by side and being pulled down, because that's how I will know which one is best. And so with his thumbnail, there is like no there's nothing in the way of the viewer and the creator and that information. So they feel like as soon as they click on this, that they're going to get what they want, because it's been promised in the thumbnail. Whereas your thumbnail, though good, just that pulling thing, pulling the tape is an action that you expect to see when you're comparing it. And also, because it says most are bad, I'm not exactly sure. Like, immediately when you read the title, it becomes obvious it's about painter's tape. But when you just look at the thumbnail, most are bad. If people are seeing yours and this one side by side, they're gonna click this one because they immediately know what's going on there. Whereas yours, most paint rollers, you know, it could be something like that. But obviously, there's more than one piece of tape on the wall, so you can kind of take that context and understand that you're comparing tape. But it's just so easy to understand. You can understand this in less than a second, whereas this might take a little bit of time. So I went through some other channels just to see like what's the worst, these like worst comparisons and everything, and I found worst golf balls. And when I saw which golf balls to avoid, like that also makes it obvious in the thumbnail. So you could just change up the text a little bit, like which painter's tape is worst, or which tape is worst. There's 4 words there. Which tape is best, something like that. That could work, but it would make your existing thumbnail immediately obvious if you change it up to have some text that made it obvious. By the way, I saw this person's original thumbnail. I don't know what happened there. That's I don't know. That's odd. But yeah, this is a good thumbnail. Anyway, I went ahead and looked at your video, and I saw that there was a moment where you did pull the tape down, and I don't know why that's not sharing. Hold on just a second. What's going on here? Let's get some music. There we go. I must have been sharing the window and not the screen. Entire screen. Yes, here we go. All right. So this is what I was talking about. I did notice that in your video you had the pull down motion in here, and the cool thing about this image, if you had posed with this, like if you did it separately or you looked at the camera at any moment, it would have been a great picture to take. It almost looks like a little scary that you're so focused on pulling the tape, so it's not like the greatest thumbnail face, but that doesn't really matter because the action of what you're doing gets the idea across like that other thumbnail. But what I wanted to point out is if you made that dead center like this, and then you just filled this other side, it looks like it's all generally just one color. So I'm not gonna gin fill it. Let's just make it super simple here. Come on. Yeah, my computer is so slow today. It's ridiculous. I have a story about that though. Anyway, yeah, so if you take a look at this, you'll see that there's a lot of room for words now. You got a lot of negative space over here. So that could also be a way to, get an edge on this situation. I'm going to move this camera now. So what I would do beyond this is I would just kind of increase the saturation a little bit to get those colors to pop a little bit more. And it really has nothing to do with the value that you're offering. It's just to catch the eye just a little bit more. So I would just bump them up a tiny bit. And if you wanted to learn how to mask, I would just like mask your colors out a little bit, so you're not as super colorful as the tape. So yeah, something like that. That's kind of like where I would take it, but I would also sharpen it and stuff like that. Anyway, that would be my, like, the steps that I would take to kind of make it immediately obvious to the viewer that this is what you're getting. You're getting a test just like this, and I think that's why that other guy's worked. That and his had been around for a year, so yeah. Anyway, I hope that helps you a little bit. It's still a really, really great thumbnail, so I just wanted to kind of point out the things that I thought might help you. And yeah, it's a great thumbnail. All right, so we are going to, we're going to go ahead and do this random numbers. Since that was non-gaming, we're just going to go ahead and jump into gaming. Bow. Okay, so it is individual, and we just pick a random number. Let's do this. Number 44. So let's jump to the first one, and then I'll tell you a little story about my laptop. Something crazy happened over the weekend. All right, we got Brawl Stars. And it is loading. It'll get there eventually. Boom, boom. Okay, is this a game trailer? Is that what this is? Is that what the logo looks like? With this like messed up W and stuff? And with this kind of eye in there, or is this AI done? It does look like just an AI generated thumbnail. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it looks like. So get ready for the ultimate battle experience in Brawl Stars, where everyone is out for themselves in this madness-filled game mode. You'll use... Okay. Is it just... Okay, so I think what you're doing is gameplay, right? But I'm not getting gameplay vibes at all from this. It kind of looks like an advertisement for the game. I think. So I guess what I would do is just hop onto YouTube and check out Brawl Stars Let's Play. And let's see what works in this niche. I'm sure we've seen this before, but I'm pretty sure it's like very cartoony. Like thick lines and all this stuff. Okay, yeah. This... Hold on one sec. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. 1 hour of Brawl Stars gameplay. Okay. Yeah, man, this is kind of a mix of stuff when it comes to Brawl Stars. So, I guess what I would kind of focus on is showing some gameplay. First of all, at least for one, try to show some gameplay similar to this. And it's really easy for you to do because all you got to do is take a screen cap of what you already have. So, yeah, you don't have to make anything for that one. I would just use whatever you think is like the coolest moment during your gameplay. I would take a screen cap of that. Maybe you could zoom in a little bit on it and make your thumbnail out of that. And if you did that, it wouldn't hurt to put some text, maybe explain something that's going on or something that might make somebody curious enough to click. That one is new visual changes. Yeah, it's really tough. Like, Brawl Stars is just so... It's such a mix. But I know that a lot of it is focused on characters as well. So you could try to focus on one character. If you could get an image of one character, that could work too. I just never see any like really impressive thumbnails when it comes to Brawl Stars. So I guess take this advice with a grain of salt, but I would definitely try to do something more gameplay for you to stand out, because the image that you have right now, it just kind of looks like an ad or the cover of the game with a little bit of AI craziness in the words. So yeah, I would try that. Even like a screen cap like this, it seems to work in this niche. Brawl Stars is very weird. I can't really understand why things work the way they work. But when people see something that they're familiar with, like other Brawl Stars players, they'll see a thumbnail like this image right here that you've got, and they might click that because they recognize it. Just like you might click an image of a celebrity that you recognize. So, yeah. Try that. All right, let's move on to non-gaming. All right, so yeah, my story here, my computer was slowing down really bad, and then all of a sudden it started blue screening, and it's been off and on blue screening for like a month, and then it stopped for a couple weeks, and then it started over the weekend, and it just stopped working completely, and so I took it over to a repair shop, and they were like, oh, we don't know what to do with this. Either way, it would take us like 4 days to get to it. And I'm like, well, I have to make a thumbnail tonight for a video tomorrow, so that's not going to work. And so I took it to Geek Squad, and they're like, you need to update your BIOS settings and stuff like this. And I'm like, okay. So I brought it home, and it wouldn't even like really turn on long enough to update anything. And so I went back and told them, and they said, well, it'll take us like 5 days to get to it. And so I asked them for a toolkit, like, do you have a star screwdriver, that sort of thing? And they said, yeah. And I brought it home, hoping to open it and find something that was immediately obvious when I opened it, like what the problem was. And as soon as I opened it, I found the problem. earlier that day when I started to move the laptop, I realized that the screen was like not level. It wouldn't lay down on the laptop. And when I took it apart later that day, as soon as I got 2 screws off, the back plate popped off. It just like busted off, and the battery was so swollen. It was insane. So the battery was massive, and I'm like, okay, I got to get this out. It's a fire hazard. And so I did, and now my computer is working just fine. And I have my battery outside in my grill waiting to be picked up by the recycling place. So yeah, don't leave your laptops plugged in forever. I never took my laptop anywhere, so I just left it plugged in. And yeah, that's bad for a laptop. Bad for batteries. All right, so I knocked my teeth out with my hammer. Okay, that sucks. That's interesting. Okay, so this is one of those situations where it's like show don't tell. Could you have an image of a broken tooth or something, maybe? Like, that would definitely be the thing to feature in the thumbnail, instead of just text. But okay, DIY woodworking over a lifetime, highs and lows. Okay, so it's just kind of like it's like story time. Yeah, it's interesting. I would just like, you got the perfect setting, right? Your background, man, I don't know. I really like it the way that you have it set up, because it's almost like podcast-esque. Like if you go and you look at like Diary of a CEO or whatever, you've got the person being interviewed on the right, and then you've got some text on the left, and this is basically that setup. It's just a different niche, woodworking. And so the surroundings are great. Like, it's a good picture and everything. It's perfect if you were doing a podcast, but I don't know that this would work for woodworking. Man, I would definitely show something. I don't know. That's a very tough video. A lot of these, like the most difficult videos are the ones that you can't really go and see examples of others that have done it, because they don't fit in that niche. Like, it's not really interesting to that audience, so they don't get big enough for people to notice them. So if you can't find something that has been done before, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it, because by all means, that's how you make original stuff. That's how it works. But this is one of those that it's like, I won't have an answer because it's so original that I don't know. Like, people have told stories before, but because you're a woodworking niche, it's kind of like, I honestly think that your thumbnail is probably the best way to go about it, outside of actually showing the picture and you holding the hammer. Like, if you were holding up the hammer in this image right here, and then you had a picture of the tooth that's broke right there, then you don't need words. People immediately understand what happened. Even an arrow going from your head to the picture, it's like, oh, okay, like, I get it. If you had 2 arrows going from the hammer to the head to the picture, it's like, all right, that tells a story. I think that would work in general for anybody interested in stories. I don't know about woodworking, but yeah, that's what I would try to do. Dude, you don't have to have a picture of it. You can go get one. Like, you can just get a stock image or use AI to generate a picture of a broken tooth or something like that. Hell, even take a picture of yourself smiling, and then like take it into Photoshop and circle your mouth and say smiling with a broken tooth, and that could work too. I just think that showing might help this out a little bit, but it's a very tough video because it's outside of your niche. And I can see you probably kind of told the story again a little bit with the hammer. It might not be the same story. You might just hit your face a lot with hammers, but yeah. Yeah, man. I guess that's what I would try to do. Yeah, man. Oh man, I remember that one. That one's great. Okay. Good to see you're still making stuff, man. I love your channel. Okay, let's move back to gaming. Gaming. Is that the number? There we go. Number 40. Corail? Carail? Zexseed. No problem, Mooney. Oh, man. Okay. I met the main character. World of Warcraft. Friend beats Lich King in 18 seconds. Heroic 25-man raid. Okay. All right. Normally I'd be like, wow, that is a crazy long title. But sometimes in stuff like this, sometimes those titles work in a niche like this. So this is probably one of those cases. This did seem to get a bit higher than normal for you. I wonder if YouTube is finally kind of finding your audience a little bit. I would recommend continuing to upload, because when you see stuff like this, the more you upload, the more data you give them, because you might be like right on the precipice of YouTube knowing your audience, which is always a good thing. So I met the main character. Okay, let's see here. So you have like a little talk situation, like a little bit of a dialogue, and I never would have known. Man, it's too. I see that you kind of cut it out a little bit because you can see the background in it, but it's too small, right? So if you here, let me just show you real quick. Before we jump into that niche and seeing what actually works, I just want to show you what I would do in this situation if my computer wasn't being so slow. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, so I would probably take this right here and make it a lot bigger. And then, depending on what you've got in the background, you could blur it, right? So you would just have like these items as PNGs or transparent or whatever. So I would kind of focus on making those as big as possible, because when they're as small as they are in your thumbnail, people can't read that. And also, I would probably focus on making the boxes like black, so the text stands out a little bit. I don't know, it looks like they're kind of circled with purple, so you might need to do a little bit of typing it yourself to kind of make it stand out. But yeah, if you made it bigger, it would stand out a lot more. You beat the main villain, LOL, yep, okay. So is that interesting in this niche? Like, is that so cool that people are gonna click it? That's the kind of thing you gotta ask yourself. So, World of Warcraft beats Lich King. Okay, so this one is like, there's clarity in these, right? You can kind of see you got a character and you got some text. In yours, it just seems like there's a lot going on. So you might want to simplify the amount of elements you've got going. I kind of want to see what a Let's Play would look like, since that's really what's happening in this video. Wow, that didn't help much at all. Okay, yeah, so it seems like it's a mess for these type of thumbnails. Like, no offense, it's just that there's so much going on, and that's what people in that niche click on. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just like, there's not a whole lot of clarity, but that's how the gaming UI is. It's what they're used to. So this kind of makes sense to me. The Lich King has been defeated. I really hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, so I understand what's going on now. He's been defeated. It's just so unclear. Like the contrast is tough to understand. So like, has been defeated is kind of just lost in the mix. So if you could make that bigger, or like put a dark shadow behind it, that would make it stand up a little bit. 20-year-old boss. I imagine there's epic gear and level cap higher than that back. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I don't really know if it would help to like simplify things, just make them more clear. And of course, you talking to the dude that beat him, if you could make that bigger, I think it would help you out a little bit. It's interesting to that niche, and if people can read it, then yeah. But just always remember that when people are scrolling, like, it is so small, and if the text is even smaller, like super small, where am I? Yeah, here. If it's super small, then like people aren't going to be able to read it, especially if the contrast isn't as good. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and move on to non-gaming. Is the thumbnail more important than the actual video? No, it's not. It's important because, like, if people don't click on your thumbnail, then your video doesn't get watched. But the moment, if the video sucks and you have a great thumbnail, then, like, it's I don't know, it sucks. So people click on your thumbnail and then they leave immediately. It doesn't get counted as a click. Like, it doesn't work the same way. Like, YouTube knows that. So clicks, just one click without any watch time doesn't equal more viewers. But people who stay and watch good videos and stuff like that, that equals more viewers. So yeah, it's very important to get the initial click, but it's not more important than the actual content. And that can just be proven by people doing just pictures of them. Like when YouTube first started, you could select one of 3 thumbnails, and it was just a part of your video. And like, if that goes to show anything, it's showing that thumbnails aren't as important as videos. Okay, we're going for non, right. Okay, number 17. Toby Davis. Let's make it happen. In the description, there are 2 links, one for gaming channels, one for non-gaming channels. All you gotta do is click whatever one applies to you and submit the video you want me to take a look at the thumbnail on. And if you get picked, then awesome. I cycled from England to Monaco. Cool. Okay, let's check this out. As far as storytelling goes, is there a way to make this any more clear? Because, I mean, honestly, it's pretty easy to understand. Like, I'm a dude on a bike, England to Monaco. Like, I don't know how much more clear you can get that. So conveying the topic is not, or conveying the idea is not the issue here. So the 3 C's of thumbnail design are create curiosity, catch the eye, and convey the idea. And you nailed convey the idea. Catch the eye, I think color-wise, you did pretty well, but the buildings in the back are very, very busy. And you can kind of see that you blurred out Big Ben here, which is like, initially that would be my first thing to try. But yeah, I would try a different one with like maybe just Big Ben on the left here, and then like something simple on the right. That way there's a ton of negative space behind you and the bike. And so it's like, here's England, landmark, and here's Monaco, landmark, and then here's me in the center with nothing really behind me, maybe some grass or something. And then I would make it all connect as a background. That's what I would try, and I think that would really make it stand out. So that would probably catch the eye. Alternate idea, Google Maps showing the route of how long it would take to bike it. So that could create curiosity, because it's like, oh wow, somebody really biked that long? And yeah. On that note, let's find out how long it took. England to Monaco on a bike. What about that arrow though? It is an arrow. I knew I spelled Monaco wrong. 900 miles. In a car, it is Oh my god. Okay. Cycling not available. Good to know. Okay. You're lying. You didn't do it. It's anywhere between 12 days and 17 hours, I'd say. So you do that math. Yeah, so it did take him a while. I would say on that note, on that suggestion, make him look really tired. That could work really, really well. If you put the amount of hours it took on the thumbnail, that is like, oh wow, I gotta see. That's like the curiosity hook there. Like, I gotta see how that happened. If you're super, super tired, sure, that could catch some eyes for sure. Also create some curiosity because people want to see, like, why is he so tired? If something crazy happened in this video, that could also be something to try. But I think your idea is good here. I just think it needs to catch the eye and create curiosity a little bit more. So hopefully those suggestions help you out a little bit. Yeah. Yep, I would try that. Also, the Google Map thing, that could work. I don't think it would do better than this, but it could. Very well could. Okay, we're going back to gaming. Right. All right, it's Pag. I'm assuming Page. Oh yeah. Sorry. I was gonna say we could guess what it is. Either Minecraft, Roblox, or Brawl Stars, or Fortnite. But it showed up too fast. Sorry. It's Minecraft. Every now and then we get a game that isn't one of those four, and it's like, it's a surprise, honestly. Sorry, Claudia. Didn't get it this time. How to make your gameplay smoother on MCPE. Okay. Minecraft PE. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay, this right here. This. Don't do this. Don't do this. I'm serious. Like, you're gonna get... Like, do you want your channel to be deleted? Like, that is ridiculous. Don't do that. Don't keyword stuff. Alright? Like, just Google what happens to people that keyword stuff. Just figure it out. Alright? Yes. Don't do this. This is bad. This is real, real bad. Okay, also, it doesn't do anything. 2900, okay, 2,900 views. It's a 30 times outlier, and, so, I forgot what I was doing. It's a thumbnail. It's a thumbnail, okay? And it's a great thumbnail, by the way. Before, after, I love that you, like, accented the color on the after, as if, it wasn't there before, but, like, it just, that's smarts, for sure. What would I do to change it? I don't know. Honestly, it's pretty solid and it's understandable. It catches the eye, first of all. You have Steve, the immediately recognizable character. It's clear. Normally, I wouldn't do so much with the text, but it's like, it's legible. I don't have a problem with it. I even like to glow a little bit. It kind of catches the eye. Conveys the idea, this is what it's like before, it's all pixely, this is it after, okay, ideas there, and then the curiosity is obvious, like, how do I get it? So, yeah, I got no improvements. I think it's really, really cool. I would check out another one that, like, check out another thumbnail and just see what their layout was, just to see if you could adjust this one. Like, you have a diagonal half and half. If you wanted to A/B test something, I wouldn't recommend it. When something works, I say move on and make something else. But if you wanted to, you could do a straight half and half, like a vertical line, and see if it performs any better. Maybe it's more clear to some people. You never know. But yeah, as far as what you got here, I wouldn't change anything. It's a 30 times outlier. I would let it roll, and I would move the F on. Yeah. Okay, we're going back to non-gaming. Number 96. Word. Dreaded Wolf. Let's make it happen. Oops. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm seeing like a POV kind of vibe here. It almost looks like it's a sketch. Like here is like it's like a POV video of me sparring with this ninja, right? But it also says nunchaku training, so maybe it's just training. I don't know. So the idea isn't conveyed immediately by the image, but combined with the title, it's pretty obvious. There's 18 I always call them nunchucks. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong. Nunchaku tricks and training drills. Okay, so what you've got here. Also, this didn't seem to perform as well as normal, and I think it's because I don't get tricks out of it visually. Like, there's nothing crazy impressive in it that I want to learn, but if I saw something impressive in it, I don't know how you would show that besides, like, blurring or something. I don't know. If I saw something impressive being done in it, then I'd be like, oh, I want to learn how to do that, and it would be obvious. Let's take a look on YouTube and see what there is. As soon as it loads. Nunchuk. Tricks. Let's just see how they show. Like, if I was making a video like this, I would take a look and see what they're doing. Okay, so Mike Shake did one. Learning nunchuck tricks with no experience. I think, so his image doesn't convey tricks either. Okay, so that's fine. But his image does catch my eye. There's like so much contrast in it. So that can be tackled. This is what I was thinking. Like, look at this kid with the spinnies, right? That's pretty cool. Although that thumbnail is like awful in my opinion, because the green is just like, I don't know. That's me being picky. But that's kind of what I was thinking. Anyway, we can go back to yours and see that this. I almost didn't even notice this one because it blended in a lot. Also, it's like half off the image, so I didn't really pick up that that's what that was. And then this one is almost covered up as well. And then you have, I think it might be you. It's just there's a lot, and there's a lot of busyness too. It could help to blur all of the surroundings. It could help to have like one thing to focus on as well. So it's either the person in here, or you could go the Mike Shake style and do the hands and with the nunchucks, as long as it's like clear what's going on. I think that would help a lot. I really like his because it's just like, okay, it's on like a plain white background. There's nunchucks, and I like the little pop of yellow there. It's eye-catching, really. I mean, it doesn't look real, but like it doesn't need to. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. There's just it's like very, very busy, and it doesn't quite convey the idea. Whereas like your other videos, they seem to perform really well. So that could be why. Just gets a little bit lost. Okay. Yeah. Also, 18 nunchuck tricks. Like if that's in the thumbnail, that could work too. I think that's more impressive or like more interesting than just training, right? Because nunchuck training, it doesn't tell me what value I'm getting out of your video. But if it said 18 nunchuck tricks, I'm like, I know immediately what I'm getting out of that video. Because people check out the thumbnail before they look down at the title anyway. So if you're going to feature something text-wise in the thumbnail, I would do the tricks. I'd do the tricks. Okay, let's move back to gaming. Number 26. Vader's Ultimatum. Okay. F around with Darth Vader and find out. Star Wars. So, oh, this is gaming. Okay. I guess what's going on here is I didn't know this was a game at all when I first saw the thumbnail. Now, typically I would know that this is a game. You know what? I also wouldn't know by the title either. F around with Darth Vader and find out Star Wars. That's all it says. It doesn't say what game name it is until you get to the description. So I think you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot here a little bit. You're getting some traction, and I honestly think it's probably from your existing subscribers. Join the dark side as Darth Vader takes over Star Wars Outlaws in this epic gameplay. Okay. So, yeah, I would definitely want to feature some gameplay in this instead. It looks like you might have a AI-generated image. I'm assuming that's what's going on here, and like it's cool and all, but it just doesn't get the idea that it's a game. It doesn't get that across. Let's take a look at Star Wars Outlaws real quick before we move on. Star Wars Outlaws, just to see what's really popping in that community. I would definitely recommend putting gameplay somewhere. Either it's Star Wars Outlaws in the title, or you can make it obvious in the thumbnail that it's a game, or you can put Star Wars Outlaws in the thumbnail. Like, it doesn't matter. Yes, Star Wars Outlaws. Okay, so there's gameplay, Outlaws in the thumbnail. It says game in the thumbnail there, but that's not really gameplay. That's gameplay. Yeah, I would definitely feature some gameplay a little bit. And also, it kind of seems like the girl is the main feature in this game. Like, it is the main character, I would assume. And that's not something to ignore. Like, if you really want something to really stick out, like, it's just that's the culture right now in that niche. People are noticing that face and they're like, oh, there's more of that. I want to see more of that. Whereas you just featured Darth Vader, it doesn't come across as an Outlaws gameplay. Okay, so I would just kind of go back to the drawing board on that and make sure you include the game name in some piece of the packaging. That's what I would try. Okay, moving back to non-gaming. Right. Was that 63? I believe it was. Sky RS. All right, y'all. Just a reminder. You don't ask me to check out your thumbnail. Just submit it in the forums below. There we go. See, check out the mods. They're sending you some links. Thank you. Mods are on it. They rock. Okay. World's first solo star mukbang. Just talking part 1. Solo star. What does that mean? Is that a food type? It's a studio album. Just so you guys know. I think that the title is just a little bit confusing. I just decided to make a video about a lot of things. It's in the title, really. Okay. World's first solo star mukbang. Buddy, I don't know what that means. I'm not sure anybody does. World's first solo star. Unless it's the food. Right, so if you're doing a mukbang, I would probably mention the food in the title. And if you're just talking, if you're like ranting at a camera, you could do those separately, right? Like, people want to watch mukbangs and people want to watch rants and listen to people talk, and it's kind of like a 2 different audience thing. Mukbangs are like central around the food, and then they do funny things and stuff like that. So if that's what you're doing, you don't need to put just talking, especially part 1. But if you want to do like more rants, just talking at a camera, getting your thoughts out, you don't have to make it novel. You don't have to include the novelty of eating food. You can eat food, you don't have to label it mukbang. So I just recommend picking one out of those 2. But if you're gonna do mukbang, let's just assume that you're doing mukbang. Mukbang, sorry, I might be mispronouncing that. I don't watch it. Featuring the food is a solid go. Like, this is exactly what they do, I'm pretty sure. I can only think of like 2 people that do this, so I don't know why I did that. Let's check it out real quick. Now everybody that uses the vidIQ account is gonna start seeing food everywhere. Yeah, so everybody just kind of features food, and I guess my recommendation is start getting really good at like image manipulation in a way, like image, like Photoshop or something like that. You could use any type of software really, but how can you make this food stand out the most? Can you make it look more impressive? Because a lot of people do that. Of course, these people can afford giant plates of spaghetti and stuff, but if this is all you got, you can spice it up a little bit by like adding a couple more pieces of meat on there, or like making the color pop out a little more, making it sharper, just anything to make it pop to where people are like, whoa, what is that? I'm interested in that. So yeah, I'd recommend start learning how to like really spice up the food image wise, but you don't have to spice it up in real life unless you like it. That's up to you. But yeah, see, like all of these are high saturated like oranges and reds, and it really sticks out to people. I see orange all the time, but you go and you watch what's his face, and you'll see blue noodles. I can't remember his name. Yep, yeah, they really crank up that saturation. So yeah, and also the more food, the better. If this is what you want to do, just try to make it as impressive as possible. Okie doke. All right, we are gonna do some questions here shortly. So to do that, all you gotta do is type #question, then ask your question, and I will get to it. Claudia, our AI mod, will save them, and she'll bring them up when we get there. All right, we're going back to gaming. Number 81. Wise Tree 2939. Bam, 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 bam. For no reason. Okay, so this was not. This one sticks out. I'm pretty sure this is Geometry Dash because I have a friend who plays this. But it doesn't say it anywhere. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. Like I'm pretty sure it's Geometry Dash, if I'm not mistaken. It kind of looks like it. If it's not, if it's this name Unleashed. It is Geometry Dash. Okay, so we are gonna do that. We're gonna search for it up here. Up. I just searched for mukbang. My bad. Goodness. What a slow computer today. Okay, so yeah, okay. First of all, I would definitely include Geometry Dash in your title. They have 2.2. I don't know if that's what you got, but I definitely recommend making that clear that this is Geometry Dash. I mean, for people that think it's cool looking, they want to know what it is, and you didn't include that. So that's one thing to focus on. Another thing is like a lot of these have this face here. That might be something to feature, something to pay attention to. You might have done that a little bit. Okay, no, I don't see that. I would definitely remove your text, okay? It's already in your title anyway, so you probably don't need to include that. I like this one. It really sticks out because you can see the character, and if you just did something in that same way where it's all dark, like even an image like this, this starting point is great. If there's like a boss at the end or something, I don't know how this game works, but like this is stuff that works in this niche, so you might want to try something like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of those do gameplay as well, so that might be something to try. Taking like little screen caps of what you're doing and pitching that. Some of these, some of these actually do have just the name, but I definitely recommend. Man, no, never mind. So let me back up on that. A lot of people did exactly what you were doing. Except, man, this is just terrible, in my opinion. Because it's like, I can't even read that. But because it's terrible to me doesn't mean it's terrible, like, objectively. That's just how I feel. It's like, it's not even legible. How do you read this? Okay. So yeah, this is the geometry dash that I remember seeing. Just all of this gameplay stuff. That's what I was remembering. So definitely try one of those, at least a screen cap of the most interesting area that you've got going on. I mean, man, there was even one where it said the name in it. You could do best of both worlds. Yeah, so I would definitely try something in the gameplay area, like just take a screen cap and use that, and A/B it with what you've got here and try it, because obviously this seems to work in that niche. So if it doesn't work, then you might just need to make more content on it. That's just the luck of the draw. This person did it a month ago, and it seemed to work for them, but they have like sort of gameplay, right? And it's like very clear, and yeah, there's just a lot of clarity in that one. Like that catches my eye. So maybe really stick to the gameplay idea. You might find a really good shot, and it'll stick out just like Cast here. Okay, hopefully that helps you a little bit. That would take some experimenting, but definitely make sure to keep Geometry Dash in your title. Okay, we are, well, actually, yeah, we're doing questions. It's question time. Okay. Bring on the questions, Claudia. Question, do you have a favorite thumbnail? I do, actually. That's a funny question. I do have a favorite thumbnail, and I will find it while I answer another question. I put it like somewhere deep in a folder, and I gotta find it in my Milanote. What resources you use to improve your videos and you would recommend? Oh my god, ad block, leave me alone. What resources you use to improve your videos and you would recommend to other people try it too? Okay, alright, sorry. Resources. I use, okay, so if we're talking about like editing, because you didn't say thumbnails, I'm assuming editing. I use something called Film Impact. It's like a product that makes transitions and effects easier on my videos, and they just like come with presets that you can save. Film Impact probably saved me hundreds of hours on just little stuff that I would have keyframed, and like just taking all the time to keyframe and move and create the transitions myself. So yeah, I would definitely recommend looking into Film Impact. We're not sponsored by them. I never really talk about it. I use them all the time. Outside of that, I use something called Milanote. It's just like where I organize all my ideas, and that helps a lot too. Which is what I'm looking for right now, looking for my favorite thumbnail. I'll find it. I know it's in here somewhere. Claudia is an AI? Yeah, Claudia, but you spelled it wrong. It's with a W, because remember we used to use the claw, but now we use Claudia. Is it good to start a new channel for restarting the algorithm? I don't know what you mean by restarting the algorithm. That's not something that we have control of. If you want to, like, if you've done a niche pivot, like if you're starting a completely different type of channel, then yeah, it really depends on how far you got with your first channel. Some people find it easier to start a new channel. I think it has its benefits for sure. If I had this problem where I wanted to try something new, but my channel was named after my real name, so I had to keep it. So I just kind of privated a bunch of unrelated videos. If it wasn't named after me, then I would have I would have started a new channel. So yeah, I do recommend it sometimes. It's very dependent on the situation though. If you've only put out like 2 videos and they didn't do good, and then you're like, oh well, this isn't working, I want to start something new, I'd recommend sticking with it until you are absolutely sure what you want to do. So it depends on how long you've been at it too. Man, I wish I could find that thumbnail. What is your opinion on content farms and their sus thumbnails? What do you mean content farms? I don't know what that means. Sorry, I wish I did, but I'm not sure what content farms are. What is your process with including color theory in thumbnails? I don't care about it at all. I know it exists, but it's just a theory. No, I don't pay attention to it. I just pay attention to what looks good to me. It's kind of how I've always learned everything. It's how I learned how to play guitar and how I learned how to learn Photoshop and make videos and stuff. I just make stuff that looks fine to me, and that's just how I don't know. I think that when you think about color theory, you're trusting some information instead of your eyes, and it's like, I don't know. I've seen people argue, well, this shadow works better over this color, and I'm like, you can argue with me all you want, but when you look at it, which one pops out more to you? Like, you're overthinking it. Your eyes aren't overthinking it. They're going to be attracted to one more than the other. So that's kind of how I think about color theory too. Sorry, that's I guess that one hit a nerve. Goodness, I'm not gonna be able to find that thumbnail. I even saved it under a folder that was said favorite thumbnail, but yeah, I know what it looks like though, and I could probably find it by googling. Content farms are channels that make videos on popular topics, use risque titles and thumbnails in order to garner clicks from kids. So, I guess I don't have an opinion. They're just doing YouTube. Seems like to me, like strategically doing YouTube. I don't know. Do I like the content personally? Probably not. I mean, sometimes I watch Moist Critical. Do you consider that a content farm? If so, then I don't have a negative opinion on it. What are the key features to making a successful thumbnail? I usually stick to the 3 C's. Conveying the idea is really, really important. Catching the eye, and then creating curiosity. And catching the eye can easily be done if you just kind of pay attention to what works out there, color-wise, contrast-wise. But creating curiosity is the one that's so tough because it takes some thought about how the mind works. And like, if you can improve your skill on figuring out what you click on and why you click on it, just like when you click on a video and you skip through to the good parts, and then if you left the video, you never sit back and ask yourself, why did I leave that video? But if you did and you wrote it down, then you could be able to apply that to your videos and say, oh, well, I don't want to do that because that makes me leave videos. But it's so tough to remember that perspective. So if you have the ability to do that, to put yourself in the viewer's shoes, then creating curiosity can it gets a lot easier. It's still a really, really tough thing. But the easiest way to do it is to ask somebody else, hey, do you understand what this thumbnail, or do you understand what this video is about by looking at this thumbnail? Getting outside perspective is the closest we've got to that for now. Solid concrete. It's like a concrete, man, I really wish I could find that thumbnail. This is gonna upset me. Okay, yeah. So my favorite thumbnail is it's a picture of grass, but there's a circle cut out of it, and then there's 4 parts to it. And it's there's dirt, and then there's moss or something, and it's the ingredients they put before they lay down this perfect circle of concrete. So I can't remember what it's called or anything, but if anybody finds it, then awesome. That'd be great to see again. I got it somewhere in my Milanote, but it is so messy that I suck at finding stuff. That sucks. One day I'll find it. Oh, you know what? I did post it in the Discord, so it's in there somewhere. If you search for my name, you'll find it. Okay. Next question. Oh, my Discord just popped up. I guess I was looking for it. What are the key oh, sorry. It was not for the vidIQ channel. No. It was in the subreddit in, if you go into, or not the subreddit, if you go into the Discord server and you look in thumbnail chat and you search for my name, I assume, John Scott, from John Scott, okay. Then there's like a, there it is, I found it. So this is my favorite thumbnail. If it's gonna show, there, this is all it is. I mean, I can't remember what the title was, but I love this. It's like perfect to me. It's obvious what this video is about. It's like, this is how I did it. It's a step-by-step process of how I did it, and it's just, it's so genius to me, and that's my favorite thumbnail. I love it. I actually, I do follow, or I do subscribe to that channel, but I can't remember what it's called. But if you go back and you look in that conversation, you search my name and you find it. I did say the name of the channel, so they have great thumbnails. Okay, let's get that next question. How do you hook people into? Okay, I will answer yours in a second. How do you hook people into shorts? What is your opinion on having branding consistent style thumbnails for a new unknown channel versus inconsistent but attention grabbing thumbnails? A new channel, I say experiment as much as possible, right? So if you're so focused on your branding with your first or second video that nobody's ever heard of, you're kind of wasting time. You're not learning anything. You're just kind of forcing your ideas into the things that you think how it works. So like when you start YouTube, you have to learn, and like I have to learn. Like it is a very, very long process until something finally starts working. And when something works, then you learned it. You're like, oh, okay, I can do more of that. But when you kind of you overcomplicate these things with trying to put a logo that nobody recognizes in it, it's like it's not benefiting anybody. If you have 100,000 subscribers and you have like a little logo in there that people recognize, that's cool. Like Corridor Crew, that's fine. But I guarantee if Corridor Crew put out a video that didn't have their branding on it and it still had, what's his name, Ren's face in it, I would still know it's Corridor Crew because people recognize faces more than logos. So yeah, I would just, I hate to say it, but logos take up space, and it's a waste of space. It does. I don't think it helps, right? I think the value that people get from YouTube, I think that helps. And when you approach it the way that like commercials do on TV, it's the wrong way to go about it. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Yes, when you're starting a new channel, try to experiment as much as possible. I would try a billion different kinds of thumbnails. Which softwares, websites, resources do you use to create your thumbnails? I use Photoshop. I use, occasionally I'll use Adobe Stock for some stock images. And then I got another tool that I can't talk about yet, but it's awesome. So yeah, I use basically those two. Occasionally I'll design something in Blender if I want like a really, really specific environment, but it's been a while since I've done that. Yeah. Okay. What indicates that a new video upload is going to do well? Things can be quiet in the first few days, but I believe it also happens that a video can explode in the first few hours. I think, yeah, for sure. But like these things can happen, but the indication is different for every channel. I know what a video will, like I know what it looks like when a vidIQ video will probably do better than normal within like the first 2 hours. But on my personal channel, it's a different situation. I don't think that there's any indication that can be applied to all channels. It's just one of those things you have to learn because the algorithm tests every channel out a little bit differently. So I don't think I can answer. Only you can answer that question, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I've heard people use the same face expression in thumbnails to have consistency. Is it true, or can I play around with other facial expressions? I say go with the one that explains what the video is about. Like, if you have a smiley or surprised face or something and it's a serious video, it doesn't make sense. Bigger channels they do photo shoots of all different kinds of faces. I have a couple. I know Rob has some, and occasionally we'll drag one in and use it. But that's just like for efficiency sometimes, right? If you're a small channel, I recommend like making them all very specific to your video. For my personal channel, which is a small channel, I don't do batch images. Like, I always do it for the video itself. So yeah, I recommend like tailoring it per video. I think that sets up a really, really solid expectation. Okay. Okay. Key features to making a successful thumbnail. We already answered that. Claudia, come on now. Come on. Somebody had asked about the shorts thing, like how do you hook people into shorts? I think it's tough. There's a lot of different ways. Like, visually, something can be interesting. You can start with a story. You could start with like there's some annoying ones that go, wait, stop scrolling. I guess that works on some people. I immediately scroll when that happens to me. But like for kids, that happens. Oh, Claudia's lagging. Oh no. Yeah, so I don't know. It's different for everybody. What I recommend is watching shorts that are in your niche and seeing what kind of works with their scripting, and see how you can apply it to something that you can make for yourself. Okay, that is it for now. Okay, we are going back to non-gaming, I think, right? Was it gaming or non-gaming last one? I can't remember. I don't remember. Anyway, Pokemon cards gave me the something. It'll load in a second. Gave me the craziest pumpkin carving ideas. Okay, sweet. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. First thing I would say... Oh, yeah, sorry. We're going to do the 2-second test here in a second. First thing I would say is, with this face, I think I would try to make it... no, it's a real image, so... If I were to like make it more obvious, I would make the eyes like the full thing, or that's really tough because that I see why you did what you did, but from far away it almost looks like it's not an eye. Actually, what you could do is you could probably darken these little eyes a little bit to make them stand out from the regular pumpkin. But the pumpkin, I would assume the original image is a little more orange. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. So that looks better to me than this washed out version. Like, this is the more real, the better. This one is the best one in my opinion. And you could increase the saturation slightly on this and on this side. And I think that would work really well. Here, let me show you what I was kind of thinking. So what I would do, this is gonna be a little weird. I turned off my snapping because I'm like writing a book right now, and I have to draw pictures for it, and so I have to like do this roundabout way to snap it in the right place. Okay, so what I was saying is I would just kind of take this little area here and increase the saturation slightly. Arrow is pretty cool. Don't mind it. Sorry. Working faster than my computer here. Okay. Increase the saturation slightly, and then above it, I would probably do like a little bit of a darkening in the eye area to make it stand out from the regular sized pumpkin. Like or regular colored pumpkin. Goodness, what is happening here? I'm just gonna kind of roughly do it so you can understand what I mean. And it would be cool if you could like AI generate a little bit of smoke coming out of this one, but you don't have to. Dang it. Ba-da-ba. It's a little more difficult when it's so freaking slow. Okay, that's all right. And then I would do like an overlay of some sort. Nope, not overlay. What am I looking for here? So the blend modes, I usually just kind of scroll through until one sticks out to me. Okay, like roughly, I would I would definitely want to smoothen up the edges. You could make it stand out a little bit like that. Maybe lighter might work too. I don't know. I would try to sharpen maybe the edges, like draw over the edges a little bit. Something to make that little orange bit stand out. And honestly, you could probably just like mask it and remove the saturation from that little area. And that also might make it stand out instead. So yeah, it's something to try, especially when you get over here, it kind of gets lost is what I was saying. But outside of that, I would definitely increase that saturation like I did before. This one, it almost looks like it's not real to me, but this definitely makes me want to watch. Okay, hopefully that helps you a little bit. I still really, really love the thumbnail and the idea, and it's pretty clear that like what you did. I took the inspiration from this, and yeah, I get it. I think the world gets it. Okay, we're gonna do the... No, that's not it. I always hit the wrong button. Terrible. Claudia reminded me. So she was lagging, and then my brain was lagging. So the 2-second test works like this. We still pick thumbnails, but I give you 2 seconds to guess what that thumbnail is about. We're gonna do this for like 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna do a crazy, crazy rush at the end. Try to roll through as many as I can. Okay, so we are on gaming, and with the way that gaming works, you can put your guesses in now because usually it's the same 4 games. Little joke in this community. Ba-da-ba-da-bow. Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, here we go. All right, you ready? Here we go. I was surprised it's not one of the main 4. Good for you. Maximilian, Jin, GTA 4. Okay. All right, yeah. What's it about though? I mean, it's GTA 4, but what is it about? Okay, never mind. That is what it's about. I don't know. 60 frames per second, no crash, Grand Theft Auto on mobile, it says. I don't know what the stakes are in this video. Maybe it's like people wanting to see how great mobile can be, if that's the case. Like, I think it's fine. I don't know. It's really, really tough. That's 60 frames per second. So anyway, I don't know what this is. I'm sorry. I don't understand it. This is an emulation of Grand Theft Auto on mobile with about 35 to 55 frames. Oh, okay. Now I understand. All right. So Grand Theft Auto 4 on mobile. Okay. I get it. All right. What I would do with your thumbnail is I would definitely feature you holding a phone and like it being on the phone, because I think that people would be like, oh my God, I immediately understand that they have Grand Theft Auto on their phone. You can put 60 frames per second if you want, no crash. This is all extra information that I don't think is very, very important, but it's immediately recognizable when they see Grand Theft Auto on a phone. I think that that's the selling point here. Okay, so that's what I would do. I think that would get the idea across a little bit easier. All right, we're going back to non-gaming. Cool. Dang it. I think we've seen this one before. Well, at least the channel itself. Non-gaming. Non-gaming. Cooking video. We get our music from Epidemic Sound. So somebody asked that. Okay, here we go. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Epidemic Sound is not free. It's a monthly subscription. Yep. Epidemic, it's good. Pilot vlog. Okay, I think so. Airplane flight. How to fly an airplane. Full flight video. Flying to Ohio. Flight. Plane crash. Okay. YouTubers on a plane. Flight review. Okay. So I'm kind of there with you. It's a lot going on, and I don't know what I'm about to see. It says in-flight video, but the image I'm seeing isn't that. Which I would like to see what, like, I would like to see on the thumbnail what I'm gonna see in the video in this case. An in-flight video, like, I want to make sure it looks good, you know? So I guess that's kind of what I would do. It's a vacation vlog. I don't think so. Let's see. Stockholm plane spotting is what it is. SAS, Airbus, all these things. Full flight Stockholm to Oslo, 4K. Okay. So that's interesting. A full flight video you think would be this image, right? But I've never seen this niche before. Hold on. Full flight. I'm just curious what's going to show, because showing a picture of a plane. Yeah, bam, there we go. It's the outside view. Okay, the recommendation is to use the image, like use the view that you have in the video. Don't show a plane. Don't worry about showing all that stuff. You can put it in the title. You already did anyway. It looks like putting 4K in the beginning also sort of helps. So maybe try that too. But yeah, I would. Yeah, that seems to be the way to go, man. Just focus on the view. And a lot of these, like theirs, are very, very cool. They picked like the coolest shot, I would assume. This one, not so much, kind of boring. So I would definitely try to pick like the coolest view out of your video. Man, that's like, what if that was your job? Just to fly everywhere and get videos like this. Like you had such a huge channel that's all you did. That would be crazy. I mean, even those images of like just clouds everywhere looks amazing. Like that's great. I would definitely use that as a thumbnail or something along those lines. Okay, going back to gaming. All those gamers out there, it's your turn. Not yours though. We already selected you. Get out of here. Okay. Is it Roblox? I don't know. I don't know either. We'll have to see this thumbnail. I don't know what it is, but here we go. Space Invaders. Minecraft. Yakuza. Fortnite. Phone game. All of the above. Well, can't go wrong there. Some card game. Genshin. Push. Anime. Dating sim. I don't know. This is really weird. Genshin Impact. I'm not sure. This one's odd to me. So this is it before you pull. I don't recognize the character at all. I'm not sure what game it is. So that if there's any imagery in this game that somebody would immediately recognize, that might be what you want to try first. Okay. Before you pull lighter in ZZZ, here is a pre-analysis. What is ZZZ? Zenless Zone Zero. Okay. So those who play that probably recognize that character. I can't give any great advice on this until I see what's going on in the niche. Pull lighter and ZZZ here is a pre-analysis. Okay, so let's just check that. Zenless Zone Zero. Not gameplay. Let's just see what pops up first. Okay, so main character in the environment. That kind of works. Main characters in their environment. Or not main, just characters. Skip or pull. Okay, so pull is something to do with the game. I got it. I guess it's okay. Maybe it's because the background is like something flat and it just doesn't give me game vibes at all. If you could, like, look, this image here where he's like in that, it looks like he's a part of the game in that image. If you just had that as your background, I think it would work really, really well, even with this thumbnail. Like before you pull, and yeah, imagine that. So let's check this one out real quick. Don't really have to change much. I would just change your background. I just want to see their background up close real quick. Then we'll move on. 20,000 views on this one. That's some nice nice gameplay. So if yeah, so it definitely gives me game vibes now with these backgrounds. If you change the background to something like this in the red, and then you outlined in black your text, I think that would work really well. I would also outline your guy in black. And see, that's how you kind of steal like an artist. You don't copy their exact idea. You just kind of see what styles and elements they're using. Like, he has a black outline. This is red text, but it's a black outline, and he's got sort of a reddish background that looks like it's from a game. I could apply all of those to this thumbnail, and it would make that thumbnail stand out. And that's kind of what I pay attention to more than something like color theory or whatever. Pay attention to what works. You don't have to use their idea, but you can pay attention to what works. Okay, let's move back to non-gaming. Yep. Non-gaming. All right. Yeah. Just gonna select them real quick. 136. So it's somebody that submitted recently. Down. Oh, I do remember seeing this one. Whoa, dude. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, I was waiting on the thumbnail to load, but wow, this editing is incredible. Wow. Dude, you are good. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, here we go. Ready? I love this. Bonsai trees. I don't think so. Definitely a finance channel. I don't believe so. All right. Copycat thumbnails. Yeah, I think you nailed it. Why YouTubers do hidden rooms. I believe you're on the right track there. Hide and seek. Something with Jim Carrey. Copying stuff. I think that's the vibe. Copycat YouTubers. But, like, look at this. Just all the rotoscoping and stuff that is going on in this is incredible. Like, just the style of the graphics. It's like, dude, good luck finding that on a stock website. Like, it's custom. It's incredible. I love it. The channel is called I Can Do That. So yeah, 106,000 subscribers. Makes sense because it's freaking awesome. Yeah, dude, you're incredible. So good. Every transition is so good. I've got nothing to say. I don't necessarily love the font you chose. I think that might be my only complaint. But that's being nitpicky. It really doesn't matter. It's clearly it's readable. It's just so good. I got nothing wrong to say about this, dude. Incredible. Yeah, we're just gonna move back to gaming. That makes it all worth it. All right, let's select number 88. Again, that channel was called I Can Do That. I recommend checking that out because I will be after this stream. So good. Okay. Oh, nope, that's the GTA one again. 44. Man, we already had that one too. 74. All right, here we go. Brawl Stars, Minecraft, horror game, GTA. I'm not seeing it yet, but it is one of the top 4. Okay, ready? Here we go. What do you guys think? We're Roblox. War Thunder. Fortnite. Nailed it. It's Fortnite. Fortnite. Silent Hill 2 remake. Almost. Yeah, so new best controller settings for Fortnite. All of the platforms or consoles. Platforms. Damn, I am so YouTube coded. All right. New best controller settings. All right. First of all, I like the title. I really do. It's like, it's new. Okay. It definitely makes people feel like you got something new to share. So that's cool. I don't know why it's not working for you. It seems like this is the kind of thing that would work. But let's check out best Fortnite controller settings just to see what works. Best Fortnite controller settings, just to see what kind of styles we got. All right, we got gameplay. That's okay, I guess. New best controller console settings, sensitivity guide. Okay, that's all right. Is that the same person? Nope. Realizify is one. Cap. What are you doing? Is another one. Yeah, so this showing a controller on screen during gameplay is fine. Like, that seems to work for some. I think this one works really well because it looks so professional. You might want to remove this thing, whatever that is, and put in, if you could, yeah. Man, I don't know. This is pretty good. Like, you're holding one controller, but you're doing all of them, so that's okay. I guess I would remove this thing and put new best settings in your thumbnail. And, like, I would really focus on that new. That little icon, I'm sure it has something to do with Fortnite. It doesn't. See? But this one has it, and it got 93,000. All right, so it's tough, man. You're in a really, like, saturated space. I would probably try a couple things that you see here. Like, between your thumbnail and this one, it sticks out to me because it actually shows the settings and I immediately understand it. Yours, I guess I don't, but yeah, I understand it, I guess. It's just, it takes me a little bit longer. So, I don't know, man. I think you're on the right track, person. I would just try a couple different things. Like this, like I said, when I started searching, I'm like, I don't know why this isn't performing better. It seems like it would. And I would try to change the best for new. Try that first. Maybe you could put something more Fortnite-y behind them. I'm not sure what this background is. That could be something to change up. this person holding the controller, that's cool. If you choose a different character, then showing all the controllers at the top might be something worth doing. If you had, like, say you had gameplay, right, like those top ones, that could be a way to do this. You have gameplay like this, but you have all the controllers at the top because you are doing all of them. So that might work as well. Sort of like this one with 10 million views. So that works. And actually, that's a really good thumbnail idea right there, is to have the Fortnite settings as the background of this. And then you have the controllers above it, and it says new settings or whatever. That could mix and match, do what you want. Just try different things because I think you're going to nail it. Okay. That one's stuff, like everybody's kind of doing the same thing. All right, non-gaming. What is it? Is it working? No. Okay, this person put their link as their channel name. Okay, let's see if I can find it. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, this is non-gaming, remember. Tutorial? I don't know about that. Here we go. All right, let's get some guesses. Cooking. Yeah, I'd say so. A little bit. There's some cooking. Board games. I don't know. I don't know about that. Politics. McDonald's. Trump, Beast, McDonald's. Yeah. It's Trump something McDonald's. I think we're all kind of on that. I don't know what. It almost looks like it's just about news. Like it's just like this happened, right? If that's the case, if you're a news politics type channel, I find the AI thing over here, like, well, I don't know, because there's like a virus thing up here. So maybe that has something that, maybe you're not only talking about Trump. But if you go and you look at the channel called Daily Dose of Internet, they usually feature like one thing, but they show a bunch of different video clips. So they feature the most interesting one. And Trump being Trump, I would probably feature him as your thumbnail. Yes, I understand that. I know. I'm aware. So I would probably feature this story as the thumbnail. Yeah, this side with the McDonald's and everything, the AI picture, I would get rid of it. You might, I don't know how well in the news space putting your face works because you're not the main character, not like a Let's Play. So let's take a look real quick at what works in this space. What's your title, first of all? Trump's McDonald's. Oh, okay. Let me do a little translation here. Visits. McDonald's visit creates chaos. What's behind the outbreak? What is going on here? Okay. McDonald's had an E. coli outbreak shortly after Trump worked there. Oh! Okay, see, that I didn't know. Okay. Alright. Well, it almost... Okay. So, if it said... Okay, I get what's going on here now. Alright, this virus up here is what the arrow is indicating is in the fries. Now I get it. I'm like, why is it pointing at the fries? Alright, it took me way too long to understand this, but imagine you just had Trump handing the fries in the situation he was doing it. You might not really have to do like such crazy color in the background. When it comes to news, I imagine the more real it looks, the better, because people do want sensationalism, but they don't want to admit it. So being upfront with it is a little tough, I would assume. But yeah, let's do Trump, McDonald's, E. coli, and see what's see what pops up. Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be stuff that looks real, right? Okay, Trump crushed by, or McDonald's crushed by Trump visit and E. coli outbreak. Okay, so just this image, like, it gives legitimacy. Is that a word? Yeah, it makes it look like it's real. Well, it is real, but it makes it look legit. So I would start with something like that. But in the image that you use, I think it's better than theirs because it's him handing fries. So whatever background is behind him, leave it. But I'd probably pick a different arrow that almost looks like a childish YouTuber arrow. And if you just like pick a no nonsense arrow, and then you have the word E. coli up here instead of like all this fancy stuff, and you're gone, then I think that would work for your space. So it's Trump, the background is normal, and you have the word E. coli, and it probably has a shadow behind it, like a drop shadow, to make it pop off that background just a little bit. That, in my opinion, would work. Because this doesn't look like a news channel to me, but the moment I saw E. coli, I would be like, oh, what is this? And that's the thing, man. These people, or these news stations or whatever, they're relying on the title to get across E. coli, whereas you would have a thumbnail where it's like E. coli, right? That's kind of, people notice thumbnails before titles on YouTube. It doesn't work that way on TV. So I think you might have a little bit of an upper hand with that idea. A little bit of an advantage. Okay, let's move back to gaming. Could put an AP logo on it. Yeah, I don't recommend throwing logos on stuff. Okay. As we just dealt with all that. Oh, the questions. Come on now. Back to Roblox. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this is... That would be so funny if this was Roblox. Silent Hill 2 remake. Didn't we have that happen last time? Okay, they didn't give me a video. They gave me a channel link. So I'm not gonna show it, but it was Roblox, just so you know. It was Roblox. All right, we're gonna do a different gaming. We're not gonna skip gaming. Okay, 107, actually. Okay, this was actually the second to last person that sent it in. So one of you more recent people. No, it was the last person. The very last person that submitted just got picked. Okay, so here we go. Come on. Oh, nope, they didn't, because they didn't submit a video either. They submitted their channel link. Sorry, gotta be the video. Okay, let's go back to, wow. What are the odds of that? Okay, I swear to God, if this is not a video. Okay, it's a video. And it's not the top 4. Okay, here we go. This... okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm not sure. It had a similar title to the other plain one, and I didn't know if it was an accidental submission. It's a game. It is King Kong. Minoroblogonite. Flying to Hong Kong. Okay. Flight simulator. I think that's the best we can do right now. Because it says 17 minutes of plane spotting at Hong Kong International Airport in Infinite Flight. Infinite Flight, is that the game name? Let's check real quick. It is the game name. Okay, kudos, because that's what you need to do. Okay, I don't know what works in this niche, but the the thumbnail like matches the vibe, right? The thumbnail is fine in my opinion. It's like Hong Kong, you get it. It's plane spotting, you understand it. Okay. Let's just take a look at what works in Infinite Flight. Infinite Flight. All right, these are a little more saturated, I guess. There's like there's more contrast actually. You don't have much contrast going on, and I don't know if that's the game or what. Okay, so land and take off like a pro. The value is pretty clear there. That's a tutorial. Infinite flight news, Qatar Airways. Let's do plane spotting because I guess that would be the more obvious one. Plane spotting, takeoff, landing. I guess it's like I don't have much to say. Is that you again? Skybound? Yeah. I guess all I'd have to say is that I don't really like the color of your text. I can see that it kind of matches the ground, but it doesn't work for me very well. Like it doesn't pop. It fits, but like it doesn't catch the eye as much as like that green, which is like terrible in my opinion. But like before we saw a couple thumbnails, like you can see where the yellow is awful in this one, but the black really pops out. I recommend just using black. Or if there's a busy situation going on in your background, then of course you can do white or yellow with a black outline. Those are like tried and true in my opinion. Yeah, I guess that's all I got to say about it because you're doing everything right. If there's a way to increase the quality and make it sharper, a little more contrast, I would do that. But that's up to you because if it doesn't match the game, then whatever. Like, so let me just show you what it would look like if you did that. And then you can choose whether you like it or not because it's really up to you at this point. I don't know how much of a difference it would make, but like my brain wants to see it more like this, like with more contrast. So if that was possible, I guess like the less contrast you get, the more like dull it gets, I guess. And of course, if all this was like black up here, I guess I could just show you that too. Oh, no, never mind. Actually, that's probably going to take too long with all this stuff open. So, anyway, hopefully you understand. I don't know if this Hong Kong International Airport thing is, like, super important or not. But, yeah. Whatever you're doing does seem to work for that niche. So, it's up to you how you want to make those images look. Beige has no feelings. Okay, we're doing non-gaming. That was number 95. I saw it right there at the end. What is going on here? Come on. No? Sorry, one sec, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do this again. 95. Okay, here we go. Cooking with wood. Cooking. Come on, woodworking. I feel like I've seen this person before. Definitely have seen this person before. I remember now. Okay, here we go. Ready? I remember because I'm going to end up giving the exact same advice I gave to the last one. But we can go for it. How to use arrows. Cooking, van life, Lego. AI stuffs. Yep. It's AI stuffs. AI tricked them. I've seen this one in the server before. Okay. Where's Waldo? Robot, iRobot Edition. Disguise. Okay. So, those who said AI, was it because you saw this like ChatGPT thing on there, or maybe it was the mask? I'm just curious because when I first looked at it, I didn't notice the GPT, so I didn't think about AI immediately. But if everybody else thought about AI, then maybe I'm wrong. Tricking people into thinking AI is a channel. Okay. Do you get that from this thumbnail? Because I don't. I don't understand that from this thumbnail. But if everybody does, then I'm a little lost in the sauce here. Okay, I tricked them. It's a crowd of people. I don't see anything about being a YouTuber on this image. I didn't. Okay, okay, dude. Some people get it, some people don't. I tricked the internet to think I'm an AI YouTuber. Okay, cool. I think that one was, yeah, that was, okay, so it's the exact same video you sent last time. And I said, like, I immediately got AI from this, but I didn't know about YouTube. So, yeah, I guess I just don't understand it. Like, if you had the UI of YouTube and, here, if it's a trend, we're gonna see what the trend works. AI YouTuber trick. Like, if you had the UI of YouTube where it showed like your channel name, your amount of subscribers, and like your face in it or something. Okay, there. Now I understand that this is a YouTuber, and then you could have like as the face, like an AI looking robot or something. I don't know. Like that makes sense. Like I tricked the world into thinking I'm an AI YouTuber. That makes sense. Or like featuring comments or something. And yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I was saying. The profile picture, like I get it. It's an AI YouTuber. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking because it's immediately understandable. I'm trying to look for one that's the same. Oh my god, AI. There's so much. Okay, so I guess I thought somebody said it was a trend, but I'm not seeing much of it. Okay, well anyway, that was my point. I tricked the internet thinking I'm an AI YouTuber. Like this kind of thing is what I was thinking, that you show like that it's about YouTube, but in your image I don't see anything YouTube related. I see a bunch of people. It almost looks like a game to me with these people. But yeah, I didn't pick up on the immediate GPT logo either. So, I hope that helps a little bit. I would go back to the drawing board once again and kind of make it more about I'm an AI YouTuber kind of thing. Like sometimes I end up like looking in these channels and it's so easy to figure out like what would be a better thumbnail that's already in it. And that could work, but I don't know. I guess I'm not seeing much in there. Yep, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. I would definitely try to do something YouTube interface related to make people realize, oh, like he's pretending to be an AI YouTuber. I just don't see YouTube in this. You could always throw the YouTube logo in it to kind of try to make it make sense. But yeah, hopefully that helps. It was kind of the same advice as last time on that one. Okay. Going back to gaming, right? Going back to the gaming. Number 38. Jumping way back. Gaming. It's games. We're doing game stuff. Okay, here we go. Is it a real person pretending to be an AI YouTuber? AI pretending to be real. It's a real person pretending to be an AI YouTuber. If it was an AI person pretending to be real, I mean, it does exist, yeah. Like Claudia here. Okay, here we go. Ready? Remember, it's gaming. Warzone. I don't know. Hold on. It's Warzone. You can't guess your own. Okay. It was Warzone. So yeah, the person that made the video got it. Smashing through my PR, getting 15 kills in a single match. Okay. 15 kills in a single match is like, that's something cool to focus on. Smashing through my PR. I'm not sure how, like that's community stuff. So like your community would make sense of that. Aesthetically, I I can't see this text from far away. I can't read it. I definitely pick like a different font and kind of make it. If it was like white with a black outline, it would pop. If it was green with a black outline, it would pop. But because you got this green orange combination with all these like, I don't know if those are serifs, if you'd call that. It's too much, right? So yeah, I would try that when you do text. That said, that's way too much text. You kind of want like 4 words or something to like really get a punchy idea across. This person, I know it's Kermit Killa is your name. It's community stuff. That wouldn't be interesting to somebody just coming in for the first time and seeing something. If they see a regular Warzone 15 kills in a match video and then they see your thumbnail, they're probably going to pick the more popular one because this is just confusing to them. I'd recommend going to like Warzone and looking up like the amount of kills or whatever, like I don't know, 15 kills, Warzone, and kind of seeing what they do. I would imagine they're going to show gameplay of some sort. Oh yeah, the POV shot. Yeah, so this works really well in first-person shooters because it's a first-person thumbnail, and people when they see that they recognize it, they get it. So yeah, a lot of people use those like you'll just scroll and you'll see endless POV thumbnails. So that is like tried and true. That works for first-person shooters. I'd recommend doing that and seeing how it works for you. It looks like you're kind of focused on a lot of branding stuff, and I think that's a huge mistake for everybody, especially being a small YouTuber. But of course, it is your own prerogative. Okay, let's do some questions, y'all. Questions. I didn't get to do this rapid fire thing, but it's totally fine. I'll do it next time. Actually, I'll just make a list. Just knock it out. Okay, does YouTube care more about retention rate or watch time to get more impressions? I've seen 30-second video go viral and a 30-hour video go viral. I don't know. That's not something anybody knows. We don't know those types of preferences because it's like all this giant combination. That's why the algorithm is so mysterious, because there's no one answer. It's like a combination of all these things. Cannot be answered, unfortunately. Yeah. What camera do you use? I use a Sony ZV-1. It's cheap-ish. I think it was like $400. And I did that with a combination of like this wide angle lens that I got on there, which is kind of nifty that I can just take off and put it back on. So yeah, that's what I got. Just a Sony ZV-1. I don't know if that's gonna get back on there or not. Come on, there we go. That's what I use. Sony ZV-1, and they got a new one out too, which I'll eventually check out. But yeah. How do you manage large text with the visuals? I don't know what you mean with the visuals, but if you're saying you want large text, like I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Like the text doesn't have to be like insanely large, but imagine planning to have text in it, like leave negative space. Like if I'm over here, now I know that I've got this space for text, so I'll take a picture like this. That's kind of the best way I can explain that. If you ask your question again and like clear it up a little bit, I might be able to answer that a little bit better, but I think that's what you mean. How do you manage it? If you just make room for it. Why don't we do something different for the 2-second challenge? Instead of videos already uploaded, why don't we submit potential thumbnails for future videos to review? Okay, so if you submitted me a potential thumbnail, I gotta think about that, because it's easy to know what niche you're going for when I can just quickly look at it. But if I have questions about it, if I have questions about a video, it's easy to answer because I can just look. But if I have questions about your thumbnail, it would take a lot of time to do live. So it would need like a certain form to fill it out. We'll think on that. Pretty good idea. Do drawn thumbnails affect gaming videos? I don't think so. I mean, depends on what game you're playing. If you go and Google your game, or if you look at it on YouTube, what are the most popular videos doing? Are they doing drawn thumbnails? Some of them are. I've seen a lot of those in Minecraft, but it depends on what the subtopic is on Minecraft. I think some of them do well. I think drawing videos do really, really well. So it just depends on what works in your niche for your target audience. I think it affects them. I don't know if it does it positively or negatively, though. You'll have to figure that one out. What mic do you have? I have a Shure MV7, I think. Shure MV7, I believe. Shure MV7. Yep, that's it. So it's like SM7, except a really, really cheap version of it, because you can plug it into USB as well. I use XLR though, as you can see. Yep. I didn't think I'd be answering these, but yeah. Should make title and thumbnail cooperate like AdWords that can be followed up with title? I don't know what. Try to make your thumbnail understandable without a title, okay? And the more you do that, the more chances like people will click. That's the best I can. That's why we do the 2-second test, because some people don't even try to read the title. So don't smash words in there. Just try to get the point across. And yeah, but you can do a combination and it works. It works too. It's just easier if it's totally understandable. Do you think the first seconds of a video need to match the thumbnail? I think it helps like dramatically. If the first few seconds of the video are like super interesting, then like having I mean that makes the thumbnail interesting, and it's just like the 1-2 combo. It really, really works. That's why those novel channels like Mark Rober and like that's why they work, right? So you see this like crazy thumbnail and they can actually back it up because they got the money to do that. So how can you make yours super, super interesting, super curiosity? And yeah, if you make it match, like it looks like you're in a cave or something. So if you make a really scary thumbnail of you stuck in a cave and then you start your video of you stuck in that cave, then it's like, oh, yeah. Like, people are immediately pleased that they got fulfilled with what they clicked for and they watch. Yeah, I think it helps a lot. Yeah, if you have a gaming thumbnail and then you click on it and it's a dude sitting there talking to the camera for a little while before he plays the game, nobody watches that video. They're like, this is not what I clicked for. So yeah, hopefully that answers the question. Sorry, Claudia. How would someone balance creating content that you enjoy with creating content their viewers will enjoy in order to grow a channel? How would someone balance creating content that you enjoy? How would someone balance creating content that you enjoy with creating content their viewers will enjoy in order to grow a channel? That you enjoy? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about a collaboration of something? Oh man, I don't know how would someone balance creating, I'm sorry, content you want versus content your audience. Oh, okay. Sorry. Man, my brain has stopped. Okay, thank you, Claudia. So, how do you balance making content you like with stuff your audience will like? Those need to be the same thing or you don't like being a YouTuber. It's as simple as that. Like, why? If you're doing it and you don't like it, then don't do it. What is your favorite arrow if you had to pick only one? I don't know. A plain arrow, I guess? I mean, I don't know. What do they what do they look like here? Here, let's find the favorite arrow. I never thought I would be asked that. If I had to, like, the one I pick the most, I guess, is like this one right here. I'm not even letting the others load. Like, it's this one, I guess. That's the one I picked the most. So now you know. Second, I usually pick like plain arrows too for my own stuff. So yeah, just these little simple, slightly curved ones. That's it. Folder arrows. That's it. That's it. Are thumbnails even important for shorts? Sometimes. I mean, I think so. It's a long way away if to be actually shown on the front page of YouTube with your shorts, unless you're already popular with your shorts. Then you might, and your thumbnail would appear there. So sometimes it's important, but it's not important enough to like spend a day making one, in my opinion. Like if you have 100,000 subscribers, then it's worth it to hire somebody even. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Whew. Are you an archer? No, I'm not an archer. I think that's it. Yes, it's time to go. It is time to go. What's my favorite food? Oh my god. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Thank you for coming. We will be back next Wednesday. Until then, happy Halloween. I didn't hit in stream, so you're still staring at me. Happy Halloween.